welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a professor of psychology and this is your place for all things psychology and more. My expertise is in psychology, neuroscience and mental health. With over 20 years experience, I'm from the UK. I'm a chartered psychologist accredited by the BPS and also a member of the American Psychological Association. I welcome one and all to talk with a professor. Right, let's jump into this. I'm going to be talking to you about three key areas. We're going to be discussing mental health, financial freedom and wealth, and also spirituality and lifelong learning. We could discuss a whole host of things like sports, technology, politics, but I want to try and focus in on three key areas which I believe are central to our lives. These three areas, I believe, are central to our lives. This is the place for you if you have questions like what is mental health and how do we assess and diagnose disorders? What's best practice? And what has the evidence for working in terms of treatment and interventions for these conditions? Is there a way for me to not work all of the time until I die and actually enjoy life? And what about passing on what I earn to future generations? Can science and religion or faith be friends? Why do we need to keep on learning throughout our lives? And what should we learn to live a wholesome, prosperous, and fulfilled life? By week, we will talk about topics related to mental health and well-being, including what happens when we don't feel so good and what that line is between a bad or a tough mental health day and a mental health disorder that needs a clinical intervention. I will talk to you using lay-friendly language, words that will help you learn about a complex topic such as mental health. We'll look at things like clinical assessment, diagnosis, what type of treatment interventions are out there, what we can do to help us deal with stress in our daily lives. I will give you bite-sized and digestible information related to positive psychology, organizational psychology, and abnormal psych. I will offer insights and practice and also research from neuroscience and help you understand that beautiful machine in between your ears, the brain, which actually controls everything you do, from studying to working, listening to music, falling in love, being altruistic, and even how you invest in stocks. Speaking of the stock market, is that the only way to make money? Are we destined to be slaves to the 9 to 5 grind? How do we get off that hamster wheel, get out of that rat race, and actually start living a new, more fulfilled life? Of course, finance is important. Join me and I'll talk about the financial independence retire early movement, also known as FIRE. I've been actively engaged in this and I want to share with you some insights into wealth generation. We can call this a beginner's guide. It's definitely not a get rich quick scheme. I will guide you on how to change the way you think about money and what investments are smart and how your money can actually work for you. Trying to understand ourselves, a little bit about mental health, we've got our finances sorted. Is there something missing? Well, can science and religion or faith be talked about in a new way, in which both sides feel some equity? Spirituality may be a bridge which helps build strong foundations for a better life. Finally, I am a trained mindfulness instructor, and a mental health first aider. So I will run some practical sessions on stress management, mindfulness, and emotional intelligence. So you can become the best version of you. So again, this is your place for mental health, for financial freedom and wealth, spirituality and lifelong learning. But there's one thing that's missing. It's you, a community of viewers who interact through comments, sharing ideas and suggestions for new content. You're going to help shape this channel going forward. So, what are you waiting for? Subscribe and be part of a journey. The revolution is here, people, and it will be televised. Well, at least on YouTube. We are often more capable than we give ourselves credit for, placing mental barriers on what we believe to be our limits. Can anyone ever truly say that they are meeting their full potential? But a lot of what we perceive to be our limitations are actually barriers that we have constructed and justify in our minds. If knowledge is power, then let me share with you insights, understanding, and knowledge, allowing you to be freer, stronger versions of yourself that allow you to flourish. A community of people who are flourishing. That's the aim of this channel. If you want to break your mental barriers and attempt to be a more fulfilled version of yourself, come and talk to a professor.